Hello, everyone, and welcome to my lesson one for this free course. Today, you will be learning how to use the verb s'appeler to introduce yourself and to ask questions and to talk about other people. So let's begin. But before we move on quickly, I would like to bring your attention to my official mail, William Nuche at lweb.com.ng, and my website is www.lweb.com.ng, and my name is Mr. William Nuche. Okay, so I will be your language instructor for this free course. And today we will be looking at the verb s'appeler and how we can use it to introduce ourselves and others. So here I have je m'appelle, which is I am called. So I can say je m'appelle Marie, I am called Marie. And here we have tu t'appelles, which is you are called. And here it simply means yes, it means you are called, but then you should know that the tu here is informal. So when you are addressing an adult or someone in your organization or maybe a customer, you do not have to use tu because it is not formal. And here we have il s'appelle. Okay, so here we have il. Okay, so you can say il s'appelle, which is he is called. And here we have elle s'appelle, which is she is called. And here we have on s'appelle, which is we are called. Okay, but take note that this on is we singular. Okay, and if you want to say he is called Lucas, you can say il s'appelle Lucas. And you can say elle s'appelle Arena. And then you can say on s'appelle. For on, you can say on s'appelle des maybe ballerina. Okay, so basically that is how you can use the on, like we are called ballerinas. On s'appelle les ballerinas. Okay, and that is it. Okay, but we also so just know the difference between this on here and this nous. Nous also means we, and here we say nous appelons. Okay, we say nous appelons, which means we are called as well, but this nous here is the first person plural. Okay, and if you want to say we are called Dupont, you can say nous appelons Dupont. We are called Dupont, okay? Or our last name is Dupont, okay? Good. And here we have vous appelez, which is you are called as well, but here this vous is formal, while this tu is informal. So when you are addressing an adult or someone or a customer or your boss, as long as the person is older than you, then you can go ahead and use your vous to address the person just to show respect because it is formal. You can also use vous to address a group of people. Like you can say, you guys are called. So you can say, vous appelez. You guys are called Bernard. Vous appelez Bernard. Okay. And here we have il s'appelle, which is they are called. And the ENT here is silent. And here we have elle s'appelle with a silent ENT as well. The both of them means they, okay? We use this il for a group of males or for a group of males and females together, while we use the elle strictly for females. Please take note. So you can say, il s'appelle les Martin. They are called Martins, the Martins, okay? And you can also say, elle s'appelle les Martinas if they are females. Again, so you can say elle s'appelle. When you use the L, the name must be feminine. Okay, so I hope you understand this. Now, some people call it je m'appelle is also known as my name is, but in a grammatical sense, it is I am called because je is I, okay? And tu is you, informal, il is he, elle is she, on is we, singular, nous is we, plural, vous is you, formal, and il and elle are, they both means they. Please take note of this grammar explanation. So here we have the pronunciation of m'appelle. So here it is m'appelle, and here it is t'appelle. Here it is s'appelle, and here it is nous appelons. Okay, so you say nous appelons. Okay, so please take note of this pronunciation. So it is nous appelons, and here it is vous appelez, and here it is s'appelle. Okay, now the key points here says double L appears in all forms except nous and vous. Okay, so you can see here, double L here, double L here, double L here, but for nous and the vous, it is just one single L. And take note that the verb s'appeler here, which is to be called, is actually a reflexive verb, and reflexive verbs here use reflexive pronouns, okay? But do not worry, I may not be stressing more on this one because it is actually not the point of emphasis for this lesson, okay? But it will appear in subsequent grammar lessons and tips. Now here, je, tu, il, elle, on, and il with S and L with S, we double the L and we add E at the end of the verb. Now for nous and vous, it is only for nous and vous, only one L, no double L. Now here I have some nice examples for you. So we have je m'appelle Marie. I am called Marie, or my name is Marie. We have comment tu t'appelles. Now, if you want to ask a question here, you need to use the word comment, which is how, and I'm going to be showing you an example of it. So here we use comment, which is how. And if I want to say, how are you called, or what is your name, I will use comment, and I will place this. If I'm being informal, maybe I'm asking a teenager, I can say, comment tu t'appelles, okay? Comment tu t'appelles. So all I will have to do is to all I have to do here is take the verb tu t'appelles and put it here, comment tu t'appelles, how are you called, with a question mark, okay? And if I want to be formal, I will ask the question, comment, then I will come here and pick vous vous appelez. So it will be comment vous vous appelez. How are you called? With a question mark. If I want to say how are we called, it will be comment nous and nous appelons. Comment nous appelons. Okay, how are we called? And how are they called will be comment comment il s'appelle with a silent ENT, or you can say comment elle s'appelle with a silent ENT. So basically, all you have to do is to place comma behind any of this conjugation here, and you're asking the person's name. So this is how this question word comma is being used. And here we have comment tu t'appelles, what's your name? And I'm being informal here. Now the person, when you ask the question, comment vous vous appelez? If the question was to be comment vous vous appelez, then they can say nous nous appelons Pierre et Sophie. We are called Peter and Sophie, okay, or Pierre and Sophie. So take note of this. Now here I have some examples. Je m'appelle Marie. I am called Marie. And here we have mon nom est. Now here, nom is name and mon is my, and est is. So mon nom est is my name is. So you can choose to say je m'appelle Marie, or you can say mon nom est Marie. And here we have tu t'appelles comment, how you're called how, or how are you called. So you can choose to put this comma here, or you can choose to put it after the conjugation, okay? And you're asking for the person's name. Now here you can choose to use the question word quel, which is what or which. So here it is, what is your name? So while mon is my, and here ton is your, okay? So please take note of these grammar words. And here we have, il s'appelle Pierre. He is called Pierre. And here we have son nom est Pierre. His means son, okay? So here son is his, and ton means your, and mon means mine, okay? So please take note of these possessive adjectives, okay? These are possessive adjectives used to claim ownership of something, or someone. And here we have nous nous appelons les Dupont, which means we are called Dupont, or you can say notre nom est les Dupont, okay? Or which means, now here notre means our, okay? Notre means our, and it means our name is les Dupont. We are using this les because it is more than one person, okay? And here we have, vous vous appelez Monsieur Martin. You are called Mr. Martin. So here, Monsieur means Mr. And you can use the votre, which is your, formal, okay? So please take note. Votre is formal, your, and ton is informal, your, okay? So when you're addressing an adult, or you're being formal in a working environment, you can use your votre, okay? But if you have a mutual relationship with the person, you can go ahead and use your ton, okay? So here we have votre nom est Monsieur Martin. Your name is Mr. Martin. And here, the last one here is elle s'appelle with a silent ENT that we do not pronounce. Elle s'appelle Sophie et Emma. And here it means they are called Sophie and Emma. Now take note that leur here, which is their, okay? It means their, T-H-E-I-R, their names are, okay? Leurs noms sont Sophie et Emma, okay? Good. And mind you, you can actually practice with different people's names. It could be names of your friends, it could be names of your relatives or your family friends, or your classmate friends or your colleagues, you can actually practice these examples here with any name of your choice, and you can use any of these possessive adjectives to ask questions or to make a sentence of your own, since you know a means is in English. All right, so here we have some affirmative sentences like je m'appelle Marie, I am called Marie, tu t'appelles Pierre, you are called Pierre. Il s'appelle Pierre, he is called Pierre, and here elle s'appelle Sophie, she is called Sophie, or her name is Sophie. Nous nous appelons Dupont, we are called Dupont. Vous vous appelez Martin, you are called Martin. Il s'appelle Durand, they are called Durand. Elle s'appelle Durand, they are called Durand. So you can choose to put the le here or not, okay? So please take note of that. Now, there is something I want to teach you here, which is very important. Now, here we're talking about the inversion. Now, the inversion involves switching the subject pronoun and the verb. For example, I have tu t'appelles, which is you are called. And if I want to invert this, conjugation here, it will be t'appelles tu, and most times we use this when we want to ask a question. So it will be t'appelles tu and the person's name. So you can say t'appelles tu Pierre, okay? T'appelles tu Pierre? Are you called Pierre? This question is the same as using est-ce que plus. Okay, now here it is the same as using the normal conjugation. Like you come here and you pick this and you say, est-ce que tu t'appelles Pierre? The both questions are the same. Okay, so you can choose to say, est-ce que tu t'appelles? You can choose to say, t'appelles-tu Pierre? Are you called Pierre? Or you can choose to say, est-ce que tu t'appelles Pierre? Okay, the both questions are the same. Please take notes. So this is how the inversion works. The inversion is when you switch the subject pronoun tu and the verb t'appelles. So that is it. Now, for vous, for nous appelons, nous appelons here. Now, what you will do here is to write the first nous, because when you switch this nous comes here, okay? So it will be nous appelons, then nous. You see that? Because you are inversing. So the first nous will come, and then you will swap this, okay? So it will be nous appelons nous, okay? Nous appelons nous Annabelle, okay? It means, are we called Annabelle? This is the same thing. This is the same as, nous appelons nous, yeah. So this is the same as asking the question, est-ce que nous appelons, okay, Annabelle? So it is the same thing as that, okay? So you can take note of this, okay? Now, here in the example, we have m'appelais. This is actually, it is rare Like it is not commonly used, but it is correct. M'appelais Marie, like you want to confirm if your name is actually Marie, m'appelais Marie. Maybe it's a name they gave you for a role you want to play and you want to confirm. You can say m'appelais and the name, okay? And here we have vous appelez-vous Martin, just the way we we inverted nous appelons-nous. We inverted nous appelons to nous appelons-nous. The same way vous vous appelez will be vous appelez-vous Martin, okay? And it is the same thing as est-ce que vous vous appelez Martin? Please take note of these differences. Now, for il, elle, and on, we add the hyphen T hyphen for pronunciation. So it becomes s'appelle-t-il. Okay, s'appelle-t-il. Okay, so that is it. Now for L, it will be s'appelle-t-elle. Okay, so please take note of that. And one more thing I want to bring to your notice is when you are using the est que, when it comes to il and elle, we do not say est que il. So what we have to do here is to omit or remove this E here and replace it with an apostrophe for proper blending and pronunciation purpose. We have to omit the E and replace it with an apostrophe. So we have escale or escale or escale with S or with escale with S or with escon, okay, or we, or yes, something like that, okay? All right, thank you. So I guess you understand these rules, and please make as many examples as you can just to practice, okay? Now to make the negative form, like you want to say, I am not cold, we use the ne pas, okay, around the verb. So first of all, I want to give you an example. If I have il s'appelle, he is called, okay? Now, the pronoun here is the person, and s'appelle is the verb, right? Now, here, s'appelle starts with a consonant S. Now, since s'appelle starts with a consonant S, we will use ne before the verb. Okay, so basically the language structure says the ne comes before the verb or the reflexive pronoun, and then the verb comes next, okay? And the reflexive pronoun is this S apostrophe here. Okay, but this language structure is applicable to reflexive verbs, okay? But for normal verbs that are not reflexive, we can go ahead and use the ne here before the verb, since normal verbs do not go with reflexive pronouns, okay? So it will, so here I'll have to put the ne here before the reflexive pronoun S apostrophe, right? So I'm going to underline the reflexive pronoun. So my ne comes first, and after my ne comes before the reflexive pronoun, as mentioned in the formula here. And after the verb appelle, I will put my pas, because that is what the verb says. So here it is, il ne s'appelle pas. He is not called. So I can say, il ne s'appelle pas Alex. Il ne s'appelle pas Alex. He is not called Alex. And if I have elle s'appelle, the first thing is s'appelle here is the reflexive pronoun. So I'm going to underline it. The structure says just after the subject, you should put your ne. So I'm going to put my ne and e. And after the verb, I will put my pas here. And it becomes elle ne s'appelle pas Anna. She is not called Anna. And that is how we came to the conclusion with these examples here. So the first one is je ne m'appelle pas Marie. I am not called Marie. Tu ne t'appelles pas Pierre. You are not called Pierre. Il ne s'appelle pas Sophie. Sorry, il ne s'appelle pas, maybe a male name. Elle ne s'appelle pas Sophie. And, excuse me, nous ne nous appelons pas. So the ne must come after the first subject or the pronoun. Okay, you must respect the language structure to be able to get this right. It must come first before the person. And you can also say, if let's say, for example, you have something like Paul ne s'appelle pas Robert. Okay, so if I want to say Paul is not Robert, okay, so after Paul, which is the subject or the person, the ne must come next to it before the reflexive pronoun. Then the pas will come here. Paul ne s'appelle pas Robert. Please take note of this. And here we have elle ne s'appelle pas Durand, okay, or il ne s'appelle pas Durand. So the ne becomes an apostrophe before vowel, okay? So for example, what do I mean here? So for this one, if I have a sentence like mon nom est Thomas, which is my name is Thomas. Now here, where is the verb? The verb is is, which is et, okay? And I'm going to underline that. The question is, this verb, does it start with a consonant or a vowel? Obviously, it starts with a vowel E. For that reason, we will not be using this language structure here. Instead, we will have to use the N apostrophe before the verb, before the vowel. So it will be N apostrophe instead of the N-E, ne. Then after the verb e, I will put pas. I'm going to put pas. So it will be mon nom n'est pas Thomas. My name is not. This N apostrophe must come before a verb starting with a vowel, okay? Not a verb starting with a consonant. Please take note. Now, I hope you understand this, and please, you can practice with as many verbs as you know. Now, here we have n'est-ce pas, which is used to confirm a question. We add n'est-ce pas at the end of a sentence to ask a question. Like, for example, we have, tu t'appelles Pierre. You're called Pierre, n'est-ce pas? Isn't it? So basically, n'est-ce pas means isn't it? Elle s'appelle Sophie, n'est-ce pas? Vous vous appelez Martin, n'est-ce pas? And the person can choose to say, non, I am not called, which is je ne m'appelle pas. Remember, we use the ne and the pas to say the not. So it will be non, je ne m'appelle pas Alice. Okay? Please take note of this. Or you can, so no is no. Or you can say oui, excuse me, oui, which is yes, oui, je m'appelle, okay? Or you can say oui, on m'appelle, they call me. Now here, on m'appelle can also be used like, they call me this name, or they call me, everybody calls me this. So you can say, oui, on m'appelle Lady Marie. Lady Marie. Okay, so that is the name people knows me for. So on m'appelle is like I am called, or on m'appelle is like they call me, or we are called. But no, sorry, it's basically means on my they call me, please. On m'appelle, because this M here is reflexive of me. Okay, so it is they call me, okay? They call me this name because the M apostrophe here is a reflexive of me, okay? So we, on m'appelle Lady Marie. They call me Lady Marie, okay? But you can say, oui, on m'appelle Lady Marie, mais je m'appelle Marie, okay? Yes, they call me Lady Marie, but I am called Marie, okay? Or my name is Marie. So basically, this is how it works. Now, at this point, we're going to do a role play. I assume you are listening to me and watching me right now. You will play the role of Lucas, and I will play the role of Marie, and later we will swap, okay? So let's begin. Bonjour, comment tu t'appelles? Je m'appelle Marie. Lui, il s'appelle Paul. Je m'appelle Madame Martin. Non, je ne m'appelle pas Madame Martin. Sorry, Madame Dupont. Now, at this point, we will swap the roles. You will swap characters. You will be Marie and I will be Lucas. Okay? Let's begin. Bonjour, je m'appelle Lucas. Et toi? Ah, enchanté. Vous vous appelez comment, madame? Vous vous appelez Madame Dupont, n'est-ce pas? Thank you. All right. So this is just like a role play we just practiced together. And please, if you are seeing this for the first time, et toi and you, okay? Now, this toi here is informal, okay? Et toi and you. But if you want to be formal, please use vous. Et vous and you are being formal and respectful. But when you use toi, you are being informal. It means the person you're talking to, you are older than the person. And enchanté means you're welcome. You are welcome. Okay. And basically, that is all we have for this conversation. Comment tu t'appelles is how are you called, and it is informal. The answer will be je m'appelle plus the name. And introducing someone, you can say il s'appelle, which is he is called. Vous vous appelez is formal and right to be used to address an adult. It means you are called. And if you're referring to a group of people, you should use vous vous appelez. And here, n'est-ce pas is used, n'est-ce pas is used to confirm an identity, to confirm a question. And lastly, je ne m'appelle pas simply means I am not called. So this is actually the end of this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have any concern or question, please write to my mail. My official mail is williamnuche@lweb.com.ng, or you can visit my website to download the homework for this lesson. Okay? Thank you so much for paying attention to this lesson, and I hope you enjoy it, and see you in the lesson 2. Bye.